Hello everyone, it's me BB. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a dish that was requested by many of you guys and it's called sebon. So this is how I make it. The fish we're going to use today is called sea bream and it comes in many colors like gray or pink, and we have these pink ones today. And before we do anything with the fish, we need to slice it, not all the way through, but all the way to the bone. The reason we're slicing it is when it's grilling, we want it to cook faster, and at the same time, when it's time to eat it, it's going to be easier to eat. We're going to need a good marinade for our fish. That's why we have here some green bell pepper, salt and pepper. Here we have some garlic. Next is some Dijon mustard. This is some jumbo cube bouillon and little bit of habanero pepper. And last but not least, we're gonna need some oil. We're going to mash all these ingredients together inside the manual food processor, and we're gonna add the mustard and the oil last. And the oil is going to help our marinade to be more spreadable. Once all the marinade is done, you're going to coat it all over the fish. Make sure the slice everywhere in the fish has the marinade. The marinade gonna go through it. And once you finish with that, you can keep the fish away for like at least a good 1 hour. You can even keep it longer than that if you choose to. This is a non-stick cooking spray, and what you have here is the grill that we're gonna use to grill the fish with it. And you can find from eBay or Amazon. You can find it online. And you're going to saturate it all over with the non-stick cooking spray and place all 4 fishes inside the grill. Let the charcoal turn hot faster. We're going to add some lightning fluid on top of them. Once the coals are ready, and now you can add the fish on top of it, and you want to make sure the coals are not super high, don't have a lot of flame into them. You want to cook it at a very low temperature because the fish are super delicate and they're gonna cook fast. We don't want our fish to be dry, so we're gonna create another marinade. And this was the marinade that was left over from the fish earlier. And you're going to add some jumbo and a little bit of oil and some fresh lime juice on it. The lime juice is going to add a good acid into the fish and bring a nice freshness too. The right side is cooking faster than the other sides. That's why I like this griller, because you can always rotate it. And I put the marinade on both sides. After that, you want to keep on flipping them back and forth till the fish is ready. And you want to reduce the cold to keep the fish warm till it's time to eat. Next, it's time to make the white rice, and we're going to add some salt. The first thing that needs to go before the rice are, here we have some seafood, and they're all dried up seafood. They've been dried for a long time. As you can see, this is guedj, which is like a dry fish. Here we have some shrimp. This is called pagne. And this is yokhoss, also known as oysters. This is toufa, which is like a shellfish. And this is yet. You see me a lot of time cooking with this yet. And it's one of the toughest seafood on this plate right now. So we're going to cook them, drop them everything in the pot except for the shrimp and the guedj, because those two cook the fastest. Here we have some broken rice or rice bit, and it's about 3 pounds. Before we add the rice inside the pot, we're going to add the guedj and the shrimps. And the rice was wash and drain for about 3 times to remove all the starches. And we're gonna cook everything until the water has been absorbed, but not cooked all the way, but the water has been absorbed. Next, we're going to need to make some soule, and the main ingredient is the netetou, which is like this brown powder. And we have some garlic, little bit of onion, some salt and pepper, some jumbo cube, and a little bit of habanero pepper for some spiciness. We're gonna mash everything together, and it's gonna make a ball. And we're gonna take that ball and put it inside the rice while it's cooking. And when you drop the soule inside the rice, you want to make sure you remember where you drop it at, where in the pot you drop it at, because it's going to be hard to find, and at the same time it's super delicate, so you don't want it you don't want to break it apart. You want to keep it as intact as possible. So this is 30 minutes into the cooking, and the soule is been steamed all the way, is cooked all the way too. So you can remove it like gently. And at this time also the rice has been cooked all the way. You can turn off the stove and put the rice aside. Next, it's time to make the sauce. We have some tomato, green peppers, cucumbers, and lots of onions. We're going to dice the onions, and the cucumber, we're gonna dice them too, just like the same size as the onion. And the thing that was like the seeds that was inside the cucumber in the middle was removed. You don't need that part of it inside of it. To start our sauce, we're going to need a little bit of cooking oil, and we're gonna drop everything, the onions, tomato, and the green bell pepper inside of it. But we're not going to drop the cucumber. The cucumber are gonna go last. And this is some jumbo cube for seasoning. This is some Dijon mustard, and you can add about a spoonful of it. These are 3 habanero pepper for spiciness, and we're going to add lots of black pepper. And we're going to need some water, not a lot, just a little bit of water to put everything together. Once the water is put in, maybe cook it like 2 more minutes, not much. Then you're gonna turn the stove off completely. That's when you're gonna come and add some cucumbers, some little bit of more. This is Beugueth. I did not show you how to make it on this video, but I made it many times on my channel, so I will post the link right down below on how to make it. And this is some palm oil. Some people like to use palm oil, so that's why we put it on the side for those who likes it. And this is what it looks like when it's done and plated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next Sunday for another new video. Bye.